If you've ever been active in an online gaming community, there's one term that you would definitely most come across, and that is netcode. Only a few people actually understand it, but it's a term regularly thrown around by gamers when they're having issues in an online match, for example. So let's talk about what netcode actually is. Hello everyone, my name's Mike, and here at SABRENT we love to make and talk tech. So if that's what you're into, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can stay updated with all our future videos. So netcode has become an ultimate umbrella term to describe everything from algorithms that connect all of the computers in an online game to all of the networking involved in keeping everything in sync. While netcode wasn't originally a technical term and kind of still isn't, because of its heavy usage over the years online, it has become a widely accepted term by both gamers and developers. The definition normally denotes the programming that tells the computer how to send packets of information about the user's movements in a game or how to receive packets of information about the movement of another player's game. It's a very complex set of systems and coding that works in sync with each other to make online gaming a possibility. Having a good netcode in games is important because it means that your actions and the actions of other players in an online game are executed without any delays or issues. Since netcode is just a way for computers to communicate with each other, a bad netcode is usually a fault on the side of developers and not the users. Having said that though, not every issue is caused by bad netcode. Sometimes the issue can be at your end. For example, if your internet connection is just bad, or if someone else is downloading something on your internet while you're gaming, this can cause lag, which is different from a bad netcode issue. So how exactly does netcode work? Well, let's look at how computers communicate with each other on an online game. So to start with, in single player games, the game is processed on your computer only and no data needs to be sent to and from another computer usually. On the other hand, when you're in an online game, there are multiple parallel simulations of the game running. Each simulation is running on every computer participating in the online game. All these parallel simulations of the game communicate with each other via some kind of netcode. The input of one player needs to be communicated to all of the other consoles and computers of all the other players so that the game can run the updated simulation accordingly. This is done by sending very small packets of information to update everyone about the actions of your character. For example, if your character has just started shooting its rifle, a packet of information is sent that has all of the details of your actions to every other computer connected to that online game. All of this is done through technologies like ICMP or TCP. ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol and TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. The game needs to send ICMP requests to the server or other computers connected to the game and then expects a reply back. This fast back and forth messaging is what keeps all of these parallel simulations in sync with each other in an online game. There are also different types of netcode. Online games can be hosted in one of two ways. The first way is using a dedicated host server, and in this type of hosting, all the game data is handled by a totally separate machine that isn't participating in the online game itself. This can be either done through a hosted server by the developers, or it can be a community hosted server as well. Another type of hosting for an online game is P2P. P2P stands for peer-to-peer, and in this type of hosting, one of the machines participating in the game is automatically chosen to be the host of the game. That machine then centrally redirects all of the game data to all of the other machines connected to that online game. In terms of gaming experience, a dedicated host server netcode is always preferred over a P2P based netcode, since the dedicated host server machines are optimized to online host these games and offer much smoother experience. P2P servers, on the other hand, are a little bit hit and miss. If the hosting machine has internet issues, it starts lagging the game for everyone else participating in that game. Now, there are some other terms used in conjunction with netcode that you should be aware about. Ping also known as latency, is the time it takes for your computer to send a packet to a server and receive one back. It usually is displayed in milliseconds. The ping in an online game determines how fast your location and actions are updated to other users and how fast you receive updates from their side as well. A large ping means that there is a delay in receiving that data. Another term is packet loss, and this happens when your internet connection is pretty unstable. Having high packet loss means that a lot of the packets that your machine is sending to the server are getting lost on its way. This means that an online game is unsure about your actions, and it also has a hard time communicating the actions to others and from others as well. This results in a bad online experience and causes issues like rubber banding again and overall jitteriness of the game performance. Another one is called tick rate, and this is at the rate at which the server takes to update a single game simulation. A 60 Hz tick rate server means that the particular server takes 60 updates per second of the game simulation. Usually a higher tick rate means that the game is simulating more accurately, but higher tick rate also comes at the cost of performance and stability. For non-FPS games, it's not really that important to have a high tick rate, but for competitive shooters and for competitive games, you definitely want a higher tick rate, and we've definitely seen our fair share of competitive games that don't have a high tick rate, and definitely the community is not happy. And the last term is rubber banding, which I've mentioned before, and this is when your player model keeps getting pulled back to a previous location when you are, let's say, running in a game. This happens when you have a bad connection on an online game or bad netcode. This is because the game is unsure about your new position, so it keeps rolling you back to your last position. This can be very annoying and is typically a system of a network issue. While netcode is not a computer science term, it has definitely become a very common term among the gaming community. Hence why both game players and game developers commonly use the term to refer to the networking of a game. It's just a blanket term that is used to describe how good or bad the overall network and online component of the game is. A game with good netcode means that it'll perform well in online games, and a game with bad netcode means that the programming of the game is not optimized for online play and is causing issues for players. But with that, we've come to the end of this video. If you found this video interesting and helpful, then make sure to smash that like button and also hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can stay updated with all our future videos. Also, leave a comment on what you'd like explained or any other topics you would like us to cover or dive into a bit deeper in future videos, as we love hearing your ideas. Anyway, look after yourselves and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.